What if you could save 30% or more before buying almost anything? A 5,000 SKU audit found that 55% of apparel and 42% of electronics carry fake discounts. Prices were inflated just to make the markdown look impressive. Most shoppers never catch it. I built a 7-point pre-sale checklist to guarantee you do. And one overlooked step is the reason even careful buyers still overpay. Number 17, meatloaf with tomato glaze and green beans. Standing in front of the shelf, the first thing I check isn't the sale sign, it's the tag itself. On November 12th, I picked up a 2-pound bag of premium coffee beans at a regional supermarket. The tag said $19.99 regular, now $12.99. At first glance, that's a 40% discount. But before letting the price sway me, I looked closer. The fine print showed the unit price, $6.50 per pound on the sale, compared to $10 per pound at the so-called regular price. That's a big gap, but the real tell is in the details. I always start by reading the full shelf tag, not just the bold numbers. If there is a barcode, I scan it with my phone. Sometimes the same item appears under different SKUs, or the shelf tag shows a regular price that feels suspiciously high. On this bag, the barcode matched the shelf tag, but something felt off. The regular price seemed inflated for this brand. That's a classic red flag. If the regular price looks out of line with what you've seen before, there is a good chance it's an anchor, not a real baseline. Next, I run the unit price math out loud. 2 pounds for $12.99 means $6.50 per pound. If the regular price was legit, $19.99 divided by 2 would be $10 per pound. That's a huge difference. But is anyone actually paying $10 per pound for this coffee? My gut said no, but the numbers gave me a starting point for the next check. Before even thinking about adding to the cart, I want to know if the sale is real or just a sticker game. The unit price on the tag is my first filter. If it doesn't add up, or if the regular price feels off, I pause. This habit alone has saved me from dozens of fake discounts. The next step is to check online and see if the price holds up outside the store. Number 17, meatloaf with tomato glaze and green beans. Online price history is my next checkpoint. Before heading to the register, I pull out my phone and search the exact coffee brand and size on Camel Camel Camel. This site tracks Amazon prices day by day, and for this 2-pound bag, the graph tells a different story than the shelf tag. Over the last 90 days, the median price was $13.50, not $19.99. That means the so-called regular price on the tag is inflated by more than $6. If I had bought at the sale price of $12.99, it would barely beat the real market average. The discount is not 40% off anything real. It is $1.50 off the true price most people have been paying for months. Armed with that screenshot, I checked the store's price match policy. The sign by the register says they will match any national chain or local competitor, as long as I show proof, a current ad, a website, or even a dated price history graph. I show the cashier my phone with the Camel 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 chart, highlighting the $13.50 median. She scans the barcode again, reads the policy, and after a quick call to her manager, agrees to drop the price to $12 even. That is a real win, not just a fake markdown, but a genuine saving below the market average. The receipt prints with the new price and a note about the adjustment. This step, checking the online history and using it to negotiate, turns a sticker discount into actual money saved. It takes an extra minute, but that is how you avoid the trap of inflated anchor prices and walk out with a deal you can trust. Number 17, meatloaf with tomato glaze and green beans. Securing the savings isn't just about getting a lower price at the register, it's about building a record you can actually use if anything goes sideways. Right after checkout, I save a digital copy of the receipt. Most stores offer an emailed version. If not, I scan the paper one straight to PDF, making sure the date, store name, and adjusted price are all visible. I name the file with the product, date, and store, something like Coffee Beans Supermart 2025-11, 12-point PDF, so I can find it later without digging. Screenshots matter just as much. I snap the price history graph from Camel Camel Camel, making sure the date and product details are in the frame. I save that screenshot with a matching file name, then drop both files into a dedicated cloud folder labeled Savings Evidence. This folder acts as my personal archive, ready if I ever need to prove the price or request a retroactive match. To make the record tamper-proof, I use a free SHA-256 hash tool. It spits out a unique code for each file, a digital fingerprint. I paste these hash values into a simple spreadsheet log, listing the file name, date, and hash. If anyone questions the authenticity later, I can show that the files haven't been altered since the moment I saved them. This mini protocol isn't overkill. I've had stores ask for proof weeks after a purchase, and having a time-stamped and hash-logged PDF or screenshot means I never have to argue from memory. Every real saving becomes enforceable, not just a good feeling at checkout. That's how you lock in your win and make sure the deal sticks, even if the store's policy or memory changes down the road. Online deals are rarely as simple as they look. A college student hunting for a new wireless headset spots a 30% off tag on Amazon, $119.99, down from an alleged $169.99. Before clicking buy, he checks Keepa, the price history tool that tracks Amazon listings hour by hour. The graph tells a different story. The so-called $169.99 regular price never actually appeared in the last 90 days. The lowest price, $99.99, popped up during a flash sale just 3 weeks earlier. The deal is built on an anchor that does not exist, and the real market price is far below the sticker. Instead of settling, he stacks the odds in his favor. He applies a student discount coupon, then opens a chat with Amazon support and shares the Keepa graph, pointing out the $99.99 low. The rep agrees to match it, and the coupon brings the total down to $89.99. That is a true 47% off the advertised anchor, and a solid 25% below the average price most buyers paid. The student calls it a win. He feels like he has cracked the system, not just played along. But the digital coupon world has its own traps. In another case, a shopper tries to combine a $10 coupon and a 5% loyalty discount on a $90 kitchenware order. The retailer's fine print requires a $100 minimum after discounts. The extra savings knock the total below the threshold, voiding the coupon. The final price jumps to $95, $5 more than the original. Without reading the terms, a shopper can lose money chasing a deal that does not exist. That is why every online purchase gets 2 checks. Verify the price history and always read the coupon rules before checking out. A clearance rack is supposed to mean the lowest price in the store, but that is where the biggest anchor games often play out. On November 28th, I watched a shopper pull a men's winter coat from a department store rack. The tag read $269.99 original, now $79.99, 70% off. The number looked dramatic, but the so-called original price had never appeared on any tag before that week. Digging into the store's online inventory, the shopper found the same coat listed for $89.99 just 7 days earlier. The in-store tag had been quietly bumped up before the markdown, inflating the discount on paper. Instead of settling, the shopper flagged the online price to the manager, who agreed to drop the total to $69.99. That is a real saving, but only because the fake anchor was caught in time. The receipt tells the story. $69.99 paid, not $269.99 slashed. This is not a one-off. Edgar Dworsky, founder of Consumer World, calls these tactics sneaky backdoor price increases. He has spent decades tracking how retailers quietly raise anchors to make discounts look bigger, especially in apparel. His warning is, it is a sneaky way to pass on a price increase to shoppers. A recent audit backs him up. Researchers reviewed 5,000 top-selling products across electronics and apparel. The numbers are hard to ignore. 42% of electronics and 55% of apparel discounts were fake, meaning the sale price was no lower than the average price over the last 3 months. If you trust the tag, you are likely overpaying. This is not just about coats or headphones. The risk is everywhere, and the only real defense is to check the price history and question the anchor before you buy. Every fake discount counts against your wallet, not just your trust. Real savings come from checking, not guessing, especially as retailers double down on price tricks every year. This checklist isn't just a money saver, it's protection against waste. Make it your habit, and marketing stops calling the shots.